Hello crafty friends, in this video I make a card using only one color. I'm playing along with the Instagram hop called One Color Challenge. And this month's color is green. I can only use green or with a little bit of metallics and neutrals. What am I going to come up with? Spoiler alert, it's a shaker card. All right, so I have some ideas for this card. It's going to require the use of my Cricut, which is a good thing because sometimes I feel like it's collecting dust. So I already have it on the computer ready to go. I have my title and my little cutout, my little die cut. I know it's not a die, but that I'm going to use. But my first step is to create texture. I'm going to create texture on this panel with some distressed oxide so that it sits on top so you can see all the colors. And I'm going to do some textures with these stamps. And then I will take it over to my Cricut and I'm going to cut out out of this color, my title out of this color, and then the shadow of the title out of this color. And then part that I cut out of this, which is a witch, I'm going to make it a shaker to add more texture. So that is my plan for the green one color challenge, which is super fun. I thought green and I right away thought witch. So what I wanted to do was in my head, so I was able to go to my computer and pull it together to cut out on my Cricut, because I have a die cut witch, but it's like this big. And it wasn't what I was picturing in my head, which hence why my channel name is Craft Girl on Mac, because I use my computer very often so that I can get what's in my head out onto my craft surface. All right, so my first step, which I'm gonna seed through, is to create some texture using these stamps with my oxide. All right, let's go to that. All right, so then I brought that panel over to my Cricut and I cut out my witch shape. So then that is going to go on a black card base and I'm going to pop it up so that I have green shaker bits behind my witch. I thought that would be super fun. I have green sparkly, which is still unopened, sparkling embossing. I think I'm gonna do these little mark here and right here. That could be fun. And I just want to darken the edges just a little bit. And I'm doing this with ink, not oxide. Distress ink, not the oxide, because I wanted to kind of like dry into the paper a little bit more than the oxide would. This whole thing. I'm just putting a little, blotting it on the little silicone mat I have here. Yeah, that looks good. Just finishes it off a little bit, right? Okay, so now I'm going to add the embossing. Now I'm not going to do it, normally I would do embossing on a stamp platform, but I'm not, because if they don't come out perfectly formed stars, I'm okay with that. So I'm actually just gonna do it on, I'm just gonna use that. So I find that the Distress embossing ink doesn't work as well as other brands, but for this purpose, but I bought it and I have it. So what I use it for is this kind of, when I do, it's pretty juicy. So that's not the problem. I think that maybe it's too juicy and it's not sharp enough that it causes an issue. All right, so I have my paper, put my powder back in, and my heat gun. Let's add some stars. Let's do it here. Ooh, see, it's so juicy. Gosh, let's do it here. And then let's do one more here, which is going to be covered up by the title, but you might see a little bit of it, but I'd rather put it there and it be covered up than not. Now I haven't used this one, so I don't know how it's going to look. There we go. Jeez, that was not good. I picked this up at a church, which you probably, if you have watched me before, I go to a church. No, I forgot. What did I forget to do? I forgot to put my powder on. Ugh, that's not good. What a mess. All right. Don't do what I just did. I now have to spend the time getting rid of the excess with a paintbrush. So, learn from my mistake. I do this all the time. I don't know why this is a step I cannot seem to remember. Whew, okay, fixed it. Crisis averted. That turned out cute. If you see the green embossing sparkles. So now I'm going to put on my title. Put that to the side. And I'm going to get my title that I cut out. Hello, Lisa from the future here. I'm going to keep saying title instead of sentiment. Can you tell I'm also a scrapbooker? So here's all my bits for that. And I kept the pieces, and there's my witch that got cut out. So I kept that because I might want to use that. So here is what I created on the computer. And here is my shadow. Now I have to decide if I put it the right way. If I want to do anything on this green, I think I'm going to leave it. Maybe I'll put some, once it's glued down, I'll put some sparkle on it. But I think I'm going to glue it down first and see. So let's put the acetate on the back before I forget to do that. Where did I put the acetate? And I'm going to put it on the back here. Glue. Get it all on these little pieces. Okay, my acetate. That's going to take a minute to dry. But let's get some foam tape while we're doing that. Let's see. I have some Michael's foam tape. Now the sequence I have to fill here, let me get it. I have some mixed green, and I also, in this mess of stuff that you cannot see on the side of me, I have like green sparklies. Oh, here they are. Also wanted to add, so let's make a mixture. The other plan I have is to take a piece of black craft. Will that fit? Yeah, and then I'm gonna put that there so that I can then not worry about my sequins coming out when I'm getting this straight on my base. That's sort of my go-to. These had fallen out, so I'm just gonna put them back. And let's not get, do all of you like cat hair in your shaker bits? Because I feel like that is gonna happen in my shaker card. Okay. So I have those, and I want to add some of this. I think that will be good. Make sure it's all contained. And now I will remove the backing. Not what I wanted to do. Don't stick to the stickies. Then I can put my scrap down. Which is out there. To contain my shaker bits. There we go. That's fun. So now I'm going to put glue on this all so that I have a little bit of slide time. Right? And then now I want to center this as best as I can, which that looks good. And press it down. Yay! That looks cute. Oh, you can see the foam there, but that can't be helped. That looks so cute. That's a good shaker. Okay, look how cute that is. I just have to add the title, and I think I definitely am going to add, or it's called title like it's a scrapbook page. I mean sentiment, right? And then I definitely have to add some sparkle to that. So let's glue that down. Between the stamps, I added texture to the background. Then I add shaker as a texture. Then I added embossing powder with sparkles. I feel like that's a texture. I think, I mean, I was gonna use embossing folder, which I know is texture, but I think I did the bonus. I think that there's texture, but I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that I got the bonus? I think I did. All right, time to add some glitter. Gotta love Wink of Stella. Love it. Wink of Stella, however people say it. It's a great way to add a little glitter. A little sparkle on the letters. Definitely needs it. You know, now that I'm seeing it done, I like the bright green that I picked. I do. But if I had cut this out in this color glitter paper, that would have been fun. I mean, it might have been a little dark. I really wanted to be able to read this. So I kind of like the bright green because of that, but oh, a light green glitter might have been fun. I don't know if I have that. That would have been fun. This title though, this is why the Cricut isn't great for everything because it's not, you know, it's good for like a chunky title, maybe for scrapbooking or something, but this like delicate, I mean, I made it work, but this delicate title that I designed with a font, and then I just added the swoop, kind of looks like the Tim Holtz die cut. Wicked. Probably what I was thinking of when I created it. You know, that's gonna not be so delicate. It will be delicate, but I feel like the Cricut cutting out of the glitter, I don't know how well it would have handled it. So that, when you have the word dies, works out better than the Cricut. But this is just a font that I had on my computer. I can put in the comments what the name of it was that I downloaded. And it looks very much like the Tim Holtz die cut that he has. This is wicked. That is a cute card. Let's get in the, for the one color challenge, green. Bonus texture. I think I have texture here. And then I would just put a white panel in here with, you know, whatever I'm gonna say, you know, Happy Halloween, or you could even be a birthday card for someone who has a Halloween birthday. But wait, there's more. I was cleaning up my desk and I found my bats that I cut out that I think will add to this. Let's see. Let's put them. Yeah, these little bats almost got thrown out, but I was cleaning up and I said, oh my goodness, my bats. Okay, and then this guy. These are also what I cut out when I was cutting out the title. I just cut out some of these little black bat shapes with my Cricut. I mean, it did do a great job as small as these are. I have a very sharp blade right now. It's pretty new. I think that's the secret to good Cricut cuts. You stay on top of that blade. Make sure that you change it often. Yay, I'm glad I found them. That is cute with the bats. Woo! Thanks so much for watching. Have a crafty day.